Okay, guys, we are live now. So, welcome to today's live video. So, we are going through the training together, and the training today is about what happened this Friday, guys, this Friday, and why 9:30 a.m. Friday was so important. What happened in the community today? And it's unbelievable. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys exactly what happened today at 9:30, and I'm going to show you the most profitable 15 minutes of the entire week happens at 9:30 a.m. every single Friday. So it's very important that you stay up to the end of the live, because at the end I'm going to give you a bonus for those of you who are into making money online. And I know that's why most of you are here watching us at this community, the Smart Wolf Club. So I'm going to give you a bonus that maybe can help you. I know I see a lot of questions from my students and also my members in the community that uh, always asking questions about simple things like how can you change, let's say, if you have crypto, for those of you who are into crypto, how can you change your crypto from one network to another? For example, if you hold a stable coin, USDC, okay, USDC, how can you convert that into USDT and also transact, or how can you convert your USDT on the Arbitrum chain into USDT in the Ethereum chain? I mean, if I'm making sense for those of you who understand. For those of you who don't understand, don't worry, this will be a bonus at the end of this live. Okay, every live we have, at the end we give you a bonus. The last live I showed you how you can use AI to generate videos, to generate top-notch photographs or pictures or designs that you can use in your marketing, okay, in your social media. I showed you how to do that, how you can use a resource like leonardo.ai. And so if you didn't watch the previous video, you can go and watch it. It's on this playlist, which is called the Free Pro Trading Course playlist, okay? And I put the playlist, the link is below in the description, guys, okay? So without wasting a lot of time, we are going to bring up our chart today, and we're still continuing with our series of stocks. Very soon, we're going to be going into Forex, crypto, and of course, trading other assets. So today we are looking at the 5 top stocks that we are always working on. And those are Tesla, NVDA, Apple, AMD, and of course the fund, the SPY, the S&P 500, which is, a conglomerate of the top 500 technology companies. Okay, so without wasting a lot of time, let's jump into the training. But before we do that, we're going to do the 2 things that we normally do, that we call them housekeeping. That is the housekeeping. One is we're going to say a prayer, and secondly, we are going to put a disclaimer, which is so important, because I know some of you come online with very high or weird expectations, but I'm going to tell you exactly what we are up to here, okay, in the community, the Smart Wolf Club. And if you're not a member, please make sure you subscribe to this channel, like the video, and make sure you don't miss any of our trainings. We have live trainings coming up every week, once or twice a week, and starting next month, we're going to be going live every morning at 9:30 a.m. with any of our coaches. And we have coaches from all over the world. They're going to be sharing their tradings live, whether it's stocks, Forex, crypto, any other assets, gold, wheat, whatever. Some of them are trading commodities. It does not matter. And then, of course, we have some of our coaches who are going through digital marketing. They're experts in that. Some of our coaches have been online since 1998. Okay. Some of us have been online since 1998. Yes, 1998. Okay. So if anything online, been there, been done that. And let's say what we pray. In the belief of the power almighty, we pray that whoever is going to follow this training, whoever is going to watch this up to the end, whoever is going to share these videos, these trainings, may be blessed, and may the market be good to them. May we all succeed. Guys, we say this prayer because we all need help. Okay, it doesn't matter. We don't control the market, so we need help. Okay, and the only one person who can help us is the guy up here. Okay, all right. So let's put the disclaimer, and then we get started. what I'm sharing with you guys is very risky. Okay, whatever I'm going to show you here, if I'm going to show you any results, these are not typical. These are for people who have put in the work, who have put in the effort, who've done the practice. So whatever I'm going to show you here is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not something you just swipe a wand and boom, boom, ching, ching, you make money. No, this requires some work and effort on your part, and it is very risky. You can lose, if you're going to use your real money, you can lose your money. You can lose entire investment or part of it. So go into this with money that you can afford to lose. And if you cannot afford to lose any money, use paper money. Okay, just trade using paper money, not real money. Okay, for your entertainment. And this is not educational, it's not professional advice. This is just what our members are doing, and I'm only here to spill the beans. Okay, I'm only showing you the secrets, sharing with you the things that happened in the community. Okay, it's not necessarily what I would suggest you do. This is what is working for our members. Okay, so with that out of the way, let us begin. So I'm going to try to share my screen so you guys can see the charts and the platforms, and I'm hoping that the technology will cooperate. I've been told that some of our videos, the last two videos, had audio issues. The very first one, I mean the previous one, actually had no audio at all. And the last one, the audio started at around the 7th minute into the video. So I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, please give me a 1 on the chat. Okay, if you can hear me, please give me a 1 on the chat. Very important, so I know that you guys can actually hear me. Can you guys hear me? We have a lot of coaches from all over the world. Tajimoto is on here from Tokyo, Japan. Tajimoto says yes, they can hear me clearly. Malemala is on here from Cape Town, South Africa. One of our coaches. These guys have been in the Smart Wolf Club for over 15, 16, 17 years. Some of them even 20 years. Like Mr. Baker is on here from Atlanta, Georgia. One of our coaches, he says they can hear me clearly. Rodriguez is on here from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He says they can hear me clearly. Mr. Singh from Bombay, India. He says he can hear me clearly. So can you guys all hear me? Rosemary from New York, New York. She says she can hear me clearly. Anne-Marie from Toronto, Canada. She can hear me clearly. Josephine, one of our coaches from Sydney, Australia. She says she can hear me clearly. Omosas from Lagos, Nigeria, one of our coaches. This guy has been in the community for over 15 years plus. I think 17 years are going on. And he says he can hear me. Mr. Scott from London, over 17 years. He's been in the community. One of our coaches, Forex, crypto, digital marketing. I mean, this guy does it all online. These guys spend their time online, and this is what they do every single day. So Mr. Scott can hear me. Karinsa, she's joining us from Berlin, Germany, and she says she can hear me clearly. So guys, is there anybody who cannot hear me? So let me put the question the other way. Anybody who cannot hear me, put a 1. If you can't hear me, put a 1. Of course, no one's coming, so that means everybody can hear me. Okay, guys, so I am ready. Let me try to share my screen, and we are going to jump into the training. Okay, so I'm going to become smaller in the corner, and let's see if this is going to cooperate. Where are you, Mr. Screen? There you go. Boom. So what do you guys see? You see my, do you guys see my trading view? Okay, there we go. So we're starting with the first stock today, 9:30 a.m., Friday, 9:30 a.m., Eastern Standard Time. Now, when I talk about 9:30 a.m., some of you get confused because you are in different, we have students from all over the world, people joining us from all over the world. So now you have to do some type of conversion. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for us here in other countries might be a different time. Okay, so like Tajimoto is in Tokyo, Japan. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is 10:30 p.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Okay. Same thing with Josephine, who's joining us from Sydney, Australia. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is 9:30 p.m. in Sydney, Australia. So you guys, you can see When it's 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York time, it is 9:30 a.m. EST for Rosemary, who's in New York. And for Rodriguez, who is in Rio, it is 8:30. Okay, there's a 1 hour difference. Okay, I mean it's yes, 8:30, 1 hour difference, guys. So and for Jose, who is in Sacramento, California, Pacific time, it is 3 hours difference. Okay, 9:30 a.m. is 6:30 a.m. in Sacramento, California. So very nice, very convenient. You can get up at 6:30, take your trades, and actually go to your 9 to 5 when you already made the goals for your day. So this is extremely important that you guys get the time. This is the best time to trade for us in our community, because, and that's what I'm saying, whatever I'm sharing with you guys is what our community members do. You might have other coaches, other thoughts, other YouTubers, other traders, other trainers, other professionals telling you otherwise. There are some who tell you they trade at 3 p.m. when the market is about to close. That's when they take their trade, their option trades for the next day or something like that. That works for them now. What works for our community is 9:30 a.m. and that's what we recommend to our students. Why 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time? That is when the market opens, and that's when there's the most movement. Institutions, large institutions, moving their money in the mornings, 9:30 a.m. and that affects stocks, forex, crypto, any asset. Even though those of you who are into crypto, you can trade 24/7, but at 9:30 a.m. something happens, magical happens. You can make massive decisions and you can take advantage of that volatility. And we're going to see it right now on this chart that I'm going to show you guys. So we're going to start with one of the stocks. There's 5 of them that we normally focus on. These are the top 5 that we trade. And that is the NVDA, okay? So we trade NVDA, we trade Apple, we trade AMD, Tesla, and then of course the S&P 500, okay, which is a fund, okay, a conglomerate of S&P 500 represents the top 500 technology companies in the world, okay? So that we do trade that also. Massive volatility involved there. So guys, you can see now here what we are saying is you have NVIDIA chart here. So what we're going to do at 9:30 a.m. Okay, so this strategy, if you don't understand the strategy we're going to use, go and watch our videos on this playlist, the free trading. I mean the free pro trading course. Okay, I have attached the link below in this in the description, guys. You can go and watch that for free. Okay. There's multiple videos. This I think is about the 18th video. So the first 1 or 2 or 3 videos we talk about our strategy. It's the open range breakout. It's no secret, guys. And we are not the inventors. We didn't invent this strategy. It's been used for years. Some of the top traders use this, and we use this in our community and many other strategies, but we're sharing this because it is beginner friendly. You don't need to pay for any subscriptions, okay? You don't need any courses. You don't need any expensive courses. You don't need any degrees, PhD. No, you're done. It's not rocket science. I'm going to show you how simple this is, okay? So this is what happened at 9:30 a.m. today. You can't believe it, okay? 9:30 a.m. So we went to the chart at 9:30 a.m. Okay, our members go to the chart as a group, as a team. People trade in communities, okay, because trading is very lonely sometimes, guys. When you're glued to your computer or your phone all by yourself, can be boring sometimes. Okay, so sometimes we go into the trading room as a community. So we all log in and everybody's looking at their charts and ready to pull the triggers. And some of our top traders, some of our coaches call out the trades, what they are seeing, and we all mark our charts, and you make your own decisions, okay? Nobody is going to really make the decisions for you. So let me clear the drawings, and I'll show you how we get this chart moving, okay? So first, we're going to go to the 15 minutes, okay? So the first 15 minutes, we do nothing. When the market opens, the first 15 minutes, we don't take any trades. Okay, so we wait for the first 15-minute candle to close. Okay, so you can see here, this was Thursday. No, we want Fridays. This is right here. Here's the first candle, guys. You can see it had a long wick on the bottom. What does that tell you? First, there was a gap up. You can see this literally gapped up. The stock gapped up from yesterday's position. It closed at about 180.86, and today it opened at 181.56. So you can see there was a jump here. This is what we're talking about, gapping up. So it gapped up. So what does that tell you? Already the sentiment is set up here. You're already forming a bias. The bias is a what? An upward trend, because it went up, guys. This is not rocket science. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We keep it simple, stupid, for beginners, for advanced students, even for our coaches who've been trading for many years. They still use this strategy, which is extremely profitable for them. Okay, 85% win rate for some of our top traders. Okay, guys, and this is not an exaggeration. This is what some of our traders are achieving. Okay, so look at that. So it gaps up, okay, and we see this big wick here. So the sellers kind of woke up here. They started pushing it all the way down, but it pushes it up and it closes up there. You can see up there. And then what happens? We get this candle here. This is an inverted hammer. You can see that, a push from the top. So sellers are waking up and they're trying to push it down. And it's actually followed by a small red candle, showing that the red candle means the sellers were more enthusiastic, more energized than the buyers. So they actually managed to push it a little down. But again, the buyers come and they push it all the way up. And now we are still into this. And you can see what is going on here. It's like an even match here. We have buyers going up, sellers pushing down. So it's kind of now in a range. So this is ranging motion is probably not the best time to trade, because it's indecision time, okay, in the market. For those of you who have been trading for a long time, there are terms that they use in trading. I don't want to bore you with such terms. You don't even need to know all those terms. All you have to know is get some bit of candle analysis, movement analysis, pattern analysis. So you get to know some of these. And if you don't know any of what I'm talking about, like the candles, what are different types of candles, you can go and watch the resource that I've attached below in the description. I call it the baby pips. Okay, we use those for forex trading, but the same candles concepts can be used for stocks, crypto, anything. So once you understand the shapes, the patterns, you can use that in any asset you're trading. So guys, don't be lazy. Go ahead and look at that baby pips. It's free. Click the link in the description, open it up, and you can see the different types of candle patterns. Okay, once you master a few of them, you don't need to memorize those. You can use that as your. I don't bore myself try to remember all these candle names. I know some people will be spitting names, the Marubozu, the all kinds of names. Okay, I don't want to bore you with all those names. Okay, I don't even need to remember. I don't even try to remember them. Okay, because if I need to find out what type of a candle is and what it means, I quickly can refer to these assets, these tools. We have them online. They are online. So I don't need to memorize this. I don't need to remember this. Okay, we're going to keep it simple, stupid. Okay, so it's not rocket. So even my 16-year-old or 99-year-old grandmother can do this. Okay, they don't have to memorize all this stuff. Okay, so guys, the first 15 candle is this one right here. I can mark it with a blue line so you guys can see it. That was the first 15 candle this morning, and that's what our members in the community use to start their trading. I can expand it so you guys can see. So what we do is, you just, after the first 15 minutes, you're going to quickly mark the bottom of this candle. Okay, so we are going to mark the bottom of that candle, and we are also going to mark the top of this candle, guys. Okay, there we go. And what I do is we put the top as green so we can see it. You can use whatever color you like, but let's use the green. So that means this is the top and this is the bottom, the extreme bottom and the extreme top. We include the wick. Okay, this is the body of the candle. This is like a long wick from the top, telling us that there's a pressure to go up. Okay, so that's the 15-minute. Okay, now some of our students, some of our community members trade on the 15-minute. time frame. So what do? They wait for the breakout. Okay, so they wait for the breakout. Okay, once there is a confirmation that there's a breakout, they jump in, and they are targeting minimum 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. I said the word minimum. Okay, so it could be more. It can go to as 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, even 1 to 10. Okay, but to be more conservative, you're going to be targeting a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. And you have to have proper risk management because you don't want to lose your hard-earned cash. So what they do is, most of them, what they did today, okay, so come here. They're going to take, these are the most experienced ones, okay? So they will come here, and I'm going to show you more risky trades that they took and a less risky trade. Especially for beginners, you want to go for the less risky trades. And for those of you who don't have small accounts, because some of these guys have massive accounts, okay? They're trading hundreds of dollars to millions of dollars in their accounts, okay? So they can risk more than some of you who are probably managing tiny bit accounts, okay? So, all right, so you see here, we wait for the breakout, it closes above, and then this is the confirmation and the entry candle. So they enter there, and they're going to target just the previous low, which was about here, okay? The previous low for the breakout candle was right there, okay? So they target the low, the bottom, the low of the breakout candle, because they want to keep their risk so tight, so close, and this is a higher risk trade, and then they're only targeting 1 to 2. So this already gave them, some guys are already on 1 to 3, but most of them are target just 1 to 2, and it takes just a few minutes to get to 1 to 2, and boom, they're already out of the market. Guys, you see that? 1 to 2, and the trades were done. That's what I'm telling you. Big money made right here, right? The first 15 minutes, okay? So they took the trade at 10:45, and by 11, this is what, 11 o'clock, right here, they're out of the market. They hit their target, the 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Boom, done, dusted, money in the bank, right there. Now, to maximize their profit, some of our traders are using the trailing stop loss, okay? So they use a trailing stop loss, okay? And they also use a tiered profit taking. So that means they will take at 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, they take, it depends now. Some people take 50%, others take 80%. They use the 80-20. So they go to 80%, they take their profit at 80%. I mean, at 2, they take 80%, and they leave 20% in the market, okay? And they shift their stop loss using what we call a trailing stop loss. And we'll show you all this in our next training, okay? I'm going to show you how to take these trades when we're taking trades live, like if you're using whatever app you're using, Robinhood, Webull. If you don't have a trading app, I've put a link below. There's a Webull link. You can go and open an account with Webull. It's free to open these accounts, okay? Or Robinhood, or whatever broker you're using, Interactive Brokers, TradeStation. Some people are using E-Trade, others are using all kinds of banks offering trading, Fidelity, trading platforms. So you can go there and do the same stocks, trading the same stocks, okay? So, boom, this was a win, and this is what happened in the Smart Wolf today. This trade was taken by one of our coaches and his massive community, Mr. Singh from Bombay, India. Massive community took the trade, and within 15 minutes, they're out of the market. Boom. 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. You put $100, you made 200. You put 1,000, you made 2,000. Your day is done. What will $1,000 a day do to you? It can change people's lives forever, okay? Some of these guys live in countries where they live under $1 per day. So if you can show them even to make $200 per day, you are saving their asses. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me for my French. You're saving them from the rat race, the day-to-day rat race. Literally, you're making them extremely, extremely lucky in terms of they're achieving their dreams, okay? So Boom, that was done. Okay, so that was NVIDIA. Let's go to Tesla, guys, because we don't have a lot of time. Let's just go to another stock and see what happened at 9:30 a.m. today. Okay, so Friday, we're looking at Friday 9:30. Guys, you can see right here. This was the 9:30. Oh, before I come to this one, let me go back to NVIDIA and show you what some other members have done and how they made money. Okay, so this was the 15-minute. Okay, we talk about other members who trade on the 5 minutes. So they go down to the 5 minutes. Now, 15 minutes equals 3 5-minute candles. So that's simple maths, right? 15 minutes divided by 3, you're going to get 5 minutes. You're going to get 5. Or 15 divided by 5, you're going to get 3, which is 3 candles. So what they do is they go down to the 5 minutes. Okay, so they're going to mark. You can see already it's marked at the 15. Okay, so we can look at, this is the first candle right here, 9:30. You can see it was a bearish candle followed by a massive bullish candle here, green, going up. So the first 3 candles, you can see the third candle here, already there was a breakout on the 4th candle. And then we are waiting for confirmation and retest. No retest, but the retest occurred right here. So they took trade right there. And then they target the low of the breakout candle, which is this one right there. You guys can see that was the bottom of the breakout candle. They took the trade there and they entered for a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. And let's bring that up to where it's supposed to be. That's the bottom of the that candle, and then we go down to 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, and we are waiting, and we are waiting, and we are waiting, and we are waiting. There we go. There we go, guys. We need the 1 to 2. And this trade is still going on, guys. Okay, this trade is still ongoing. Okay, this trade is still ongoing. Because we have not hit the 2. Okay, so it's right there. So you can see that trade is still ongoing, guys. You can see it is still ongoing. It is still ongoing. Okay, it is still ongoing. Now, some people have gone down to more degenerative. So we take the trades on the 1 minute. Okay, we don't have much time, so we go down to the 1 minute. Okay, so again, we go back to 9:30, and we're gonna wait and see. Once we mark, this is the 9:30, and this is 9:35. We have a breakout here. We have a confirmation. We have waiting for a retest. The retest comes at this point, but there's no confirmation, so no trade taken, no trade taken, no trade taken until here. So here they come, and what do we get? The confirmation there, and again, we are still in the trade, guys. You can see that trade is still ongoing. Okay, not yet hit the take profit. Okay, so some days it doesn't. So those who did the 15 minutes are smiling. Those who did the 5 minutes, some of them are still waiting. Some actually were taken out by the candle. There was a red candle that took them out in the 5 minute. So there was a loss for some of them. And then the 1 minute guys are still waiting, and they're still waiting. Okay. All right, guys. So now we go to Tesla with that information. So I told you I'm going to spill the beans. I'm going to tell you exactly what these guys are doing. So now Tesla, we're going to go to the 15 minutes. And that's what one of our group was leading, because some people are trading all the stocks. Some people are just trading 1 or 2 stocks to increase their probability of winning, because if you lose in one stock, you go to the next one. So now here we are looking at Tesla. Now we can go to NVDA and let's see how NVIDIA looks. Okay, that's NVIDIA. So now we go to Tesla, sorry. And let's see, Tesla. Okay, so that was 9:30. Again, let's look at 9:30. So 9:30 is here, right here. No, that's not today's, Friday, 9:30. Let's remove these drawings. These are from the last session, trading session. So let's go to 9:30. Okay, it's right here. Okay. Now you can see that Tesla also behaved the same. A massive green candle followed by another massive green candle, and then of course follows a red candle. Again, the buyers wake up, and now we are just in this down, up, down, up. So it's probably coming down to mop up here. It tells you there's money in this massive candle here. If you use that candle, now some of our experienced traders, they use this. They'll mark this candle as a nice interest zone. I call it the interest zone right there. Okay, so they're using that to trade. Okay, this is some of the strategies we're going to learn later, other than just the ORB, the 15-minute. Some people are using this, the blocks. Okay, they draw a block and you are waiting for a retest on this block because you can see it was broken. Boom, went up, and now they're waiting for a retest to come, and then they're going to take the trade if it goes up, because it's going to go up, then down, and hopefully it's going to go back, because there's plenty of money right here, liquidity stuck in this box. Now, if it goes down and breaks below this box, then of course we're going to take a trade going downwards. We know that the sellers have come in, and it's going to be probably a downward trend. So we just wait for a retest, and boom, you get in. Okay, so it's going to be a breakout and retest strictly on these blocks. But that's not what we are looking at right now. We are interested in the simple ORB strategy where we just use two simple lines, the top and the bottom. Okay, so we're going to mark the bottom of the 15-minute, which is that, and we are having red here, and we are going to have the green here. Now, guys, if you like this type of training and you want one of our coaches to train you one-on-one, you can join our masterclass. Okay, go ahead, join the Smart Wolf Club. You'll be presented with the opportunity to join the masterclasses. Now, they fill up so quickly, so when you go there, you may not be able to join the masterclass because you have to go through a qualifying process. Okay, we don't just take any students. We want very serious people. Okay, because the coaches are extremely busy. These guys are extremely busy with what they do. They like what they do, and they don't want anybody waste their time. So not everybody that applies is accepted into the master classes. We only handle very small quantity of students because we give one-on-ones or over the shoulder, and therefore you cannot join the masterclass if you are not a serious student candidate. Okay, so you have to be serious for you to be able to actually work with the coaches. So a lot of people apply, but very few people end up being selected for the master classes. Okay, the idea, but we give this free training. These free trainings go on in the community. So if you're able to follow this and apply this to your training or tweak it in the way that you like, then you can just benefit by being a member of the community. Okay, you learn a lot for free. We share the trainings for free, just like we're doing now on these YouTube videos. It's free. Guys, just make sure you subscribe. Do me that favor. Subscribe, share these with your family, friends, so they can learn these simple techniques. Okay? And we're going to be doing this live also. You can join our lives. So make sure you hit that bell notification. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the live tradings. Okay? These are live tradings that we're going to be sharing with you guys every single day. 9:30 a.m. Boom. You join, you make money, or we lose together. It's up to whatever the markets are presenting to us. We have no control. Okay, so some days you're going to lose, some days you're going to make good money. The idea is to make sure you make more money than you lose, so you can stay in the positive green, so you can be positive all the time. So our students here, they see there was a breakout, and some of them, it came down, it retested here, they jumped in, and now they went into the money, and then some of them are still in the trade. Okay, That's what is happening right now. So I'm just telling you what some of our students are doing with Tesla. Some jumped in here when it broke out. Okay, it came down, it retested, and they got in here. So they're already in the trades, and their stop losses are down here. This is the trade that they're in right now, crossing their fingers. Okay, so jumped in, and this got in here. Okay, so they got in here with that, and this was their stop loss down here. You see, very easily almost taken out. Okay, so some days you lose, my friend. Okay, and then they're still in the trades. So 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. You can see they're still in this trade. They're still in this trade right here. 1-to-2 has not been hit yet, so they're still in the trade. So what they do is you set up the trade and you go your way. You go play golf, you go have fun, you go do whatever you want. You don't have to be glued to your computer. So you come, once they set up the trades, they leave their computers and they go have fun. They go to their 9 to 5, because some of our students and members are very serious professionals. They love what they do. We have stay-home mom, they have to take care of their family. We have stay-home dad, they have to take care of their family. We have doctors, they have to go take care of their patients. So once they take the trades, they set up everything, they go. They come back later in the evening or later in the day, check on their phones, on the apps that they're using to trade, to see if they either took profit or they had their stop losses taken out. Okay, hit stop loss. So they have a stop loss right there. This was the entry, and now this was the target for a risk reward ratio 1-to-2. Some people already have their trailing stops set up. Some of them have the tiered profit taking 80-20 or 50-30-20. Some have all kinds of gimmicks. We'll show you all these when we're taking the trades live. Okay, so just make sure you subscribe and follow us. Okay, and if you have any questions, comment below. So that trade, we are still in the trade. Most of our professionals are still in the trade. This was done at the 15-minute mark. So if we go down to the 5-minute, because some of our students are doing the 5-minute, again, you can see, let's go to the 5-minute and let's go back to 9:30. And you can see, again, broke out here. This was the breakout candle. This was the confirmation here and entered the trade here. You can see that one there. This was a more risky trade. Now, some less those who don't want to take a lot of risk entered the trade after the retest, and now it starts going up. So they come and entered the trade right there, and this was their stop loss. You can see this is the stop loss. They have the previous low of the breakout of the candle, the previous low of the candle. So they're targeting this part here. The previous low is this one here, and they have a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, which has not been hit yet. Okay, you can see, so these guys are still in the trade. I can see already in the community, people are still in the trade, a lot of them waiting for this to happen. So we are still waiting. We don't know if it's going to happen or it's going to be taken. The stop loss is probably going to be taken. We don't know, because you can see it is going down, but you can see now it's coming up. So hopefully by the end of the day, this would be in their money. So we have seen quite a number of varied results here, guys. You can see some people have already hit the take profit with the NVDA, the 15-minute traders. They hit their take profit and they are all smiling. Then we have some group that are still watching their trades. Okay, so let's go to the next one, and that is the S&P 500. So the S&P 500, you have to go to funds, and you're going to type here SPY, which is this one right here. All right, so we're going to take these drawings away. So remove the drawings. Okay, so I'm removing the drawings, and then I'm going to go to the 15 minutes. Okay, we start with the 15 minutes. This is what we use to mark our chart. So the first 15 minutes, no trade taken. Okay, well, I do know some of your coaches and trainers tell you otherwise, but for this particular strategy in our community, we wait for the first 15 minutes. We just watch the market. Okay, because there's so much noise in the first 15 minutes. Okay, you can easily be wiped out. Okay, so here's the candle. You can see there was a gap up, telling us that this was kind of the buyers are stronger. There's an upward sentiment. Maybe could be some news expected in some of the companies that make the 500. So you can see It's more of an upward trend here. So we are probably looking for a long trade. Okay. So this was the first candle here. This one right here. You guys can see it. This candle right there. That was the first candle. Followed by a massive candle, and then of course you see it goes up, and then now here we're getting an inverted hammer from the top. You can see that means a change of, could be change of direction, and you can see change of trend. We got some buyers, sellers coming in, and then of course the buyers tend to resist and they push that up. And the reason is because if you draw a box here on this big candle here, you can see there's some liquidity that's still lying around here, guys. This thing here has some liquidity that is still lying around there. There's a liquidity. This block here, you can see there's a lot of liquidity. So this could be used as a retest. So those of our students who are trading the blocks, they are already into the trades now. They've taken the trade on the 15-minute, and this is where they have taken the trade right now. They are waiting and they are closing their fingers. So they're targeting this part here as their stop loss, and with their 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, this is where they are right now, targeting this price here. They're targeting this price right there. The 1 to 2 is around that one there. Okay, so that's the entry. This is their entry, this is their stop loss, and this is where they're targeting. All right, around 639.50 here for SPY. So they're waiting for that. They are still in the trade. We are still waiting. Okay. Let's go back to the 15-minute and let's just forget about the blocks. So let's go to what we normally do. You can see what some of our students have already done. This simple way of doing it. So we marked our 15-minute. I think I removed the lines. Okay, let me go and mark the 15 minutes. So here is the 15-minute candle, and we're going to mark that there. Let's mark it completely. There we go. This is the red, the bottom, and that's the top. Guys, it was broken within the first 15 minutes. That candle was broken. You can see that was broken. So some of our students, the experienced ones, jump in here, taking a very risky trade. So some of them got in here and they were almost cleaned. Some were almost cleaned because this was they're almost cleaned by this candle here because they took the trade here and they're still in the trade. They took the trade right here after the breakout. Their target, this is their stop loss here, the bottom of the previous candle, which is the breakout candle. That is their stop loss. This one right here, and this is 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So you can see they're still in the trade. These guys are still in the trade, waiting to see if this is gonna give them some money. Okay, it's not clear. It doesn't look like, but they are still in the trade. Okay, there's still a lot of hope because we do see there's a lot of buyer pressure here. You can see there's a lot of buyer pressure. As you can see, the candle pattern presents, it does show a lot of buyer pressure. We have some massive green candles compared to the red candles. They are more massive green candles. When the buyers come in, they're coming in full force, and we can see that even though the sellers are trying to push it down, we can see that the buyers are still enthusiastic here. And you can see that's what happened for the risk takers. Now, for those who are less risk takers, for the 15-minute, they waited for this retest here, and then they got in here. So they got in here, and they target the previous low again, that one, and they are still in the trade. Okay, we're still in the trade here waiting. So for SPY so far, the 15-minute group none of them has taken any profit. Okay, let's go down to the 5-minute and see what's going on with the 5-minute groups. I mean, there's some students who basically want to trade the 5-minute. That's what I'm talking about, groups, but this is exactly what happened. So it broke out here, and some of them jumped in. Okay, those who are taking more risk without the retest. As soon as there's a breakout, they jump in. So this is the breakout candle. That's the confirmation, and that was the entry candle there. And this was their stop loss. Okay, right here, the previous low of the breakout candle. That is their stop loss, and then they're targeting 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. And there we go. And you can see these guys are smiling to the bank. Okay, it just happened at 12:15. So this trade took a long time, but they eventually made money, guys. So you set up the trade and you go your way. You don't sit there and watch it. So this took longer than normal. Okay, we only trade 9:30 to about 11. After that, we go. So this trade was still going on, okay, because they had their stop losses set up and their take profit done. And you can see, boom, the profit was taken at around 12:15. These are the ones who took the 5-minute trade. Let's go down to the 1 minute. The 1 minuters are here. Let's see what happened for the 1 minuters. Guys, I told you, I'm going to show you everything and I'll be showing you everything. I am literally spilling the beans. Well, with the permission from the members, okay? Whatever I'm doing here is not of my own creation. This is not me doing this. This is exactly what our members are doing. And I'm just reporting. I'm just telling you exactly what they did because I was there. I was watching. I'm there 100%. I'm looking at what they're doing in the community and I'm sharing with you guys for free. Okay, so there we go. 9:30 again. That's the candle broke out here. The 15-minute line, it broke here. Some people took the risk. They jump into the trade as soon as there's a breakout. They don't wait for the retest. That is a lower probability trade. Okay, we do take those trades, but those are lower probability trades. So those are for only people who are serious. Maybe you're controlling massive accounts, so they are not really much concerned about the loss. They can stomach the loss. But if you cannot, then you're going to have to wait for a more higher probability trade. Okay, the higher probability trade is one where we wait for the retest and then enter the confirmation candle after the confirmation has taken place. But we have students who are more risk takers. So as soon as it breaks the line, they wait for the confirmation that the candle is going up. You can see it's a green candle, even though it was a smaller candle but it does have the wick from the bottom telling you that it is going up. And then, of course, then there's this candle here, which is where they enter, and they're going to target the previous. They targeted the previous low of the breakout candle. That is the previous low of the breakout candle right there. And the risk to reward ratio was 1 to 2. And I can tell you these guys are smiling all the way to the bank. And they did smile. Lots of cash made here today. I told you guys I'm going to show you the wins and the losses. This was massive wins for most of them. And some of them who already have the trailing stop losses and profit taking 80-20 or 50-30-20, they are still taking profits even up to now. Guys, they're still in the trade and they are just harvesting money in boatloads. Guys, I think with that, I'm going to try to end this training. Unless some of you, okay, somebody says, let's look at the other stock. So the other stock is Apple. Okay, we go to Apple. So we go back to stocks, and then we're going to go to Apple. Let's see how Apple behaved today. Here's Apple. The ticker symbol is AAPL. If you don't know what Apple is, this is one of the largest technology companies. Some of you are probably using the iPhones to watch this video. Okay, some of you are using iPhone to trade, to take your trades. You have your Webull app, your Robinhood, or your TradeStation, your interactive brokers, your Fidelity apps. You have all your trading apps on your phone. So basically, you're probably using an Apple product or the MacBook, the Mac. Some of you are using your iPads, all these beautiful gadgets. So Apple is a big company. These are large cap companies in the US. So this was a 9:30 a.m. candle. So again, we come back. We're going to look at we go back to the 15-minute because this is the 1 minute. So we go back to the 15 minutes. So we do the same thing every day. That's why I tell you, we keep it simple, stupid, guys. We keep it really simple, really, really simple. Anybody can do this, plus their grandmother. Okay, if you can't do this, please, I don't know what I can do. I can't help you, maybe. People talk about making money online. If you cannot do this, we can probably not help you in the community. This is like the simplest way you can make money online. Okay, learning these skills, very, very simple. All right, so here we are. This is the 9:30 candle. I am going to, and you guys can see, man, it's a massive upward trend, man. This was a massive upward trend. Lots of bank made today by our Apple. Any of our students that took Apple trades, they are smiling all the way to the bank, man. It was so simple. There we go. They got it so much right that some of them have taken multiple trades. They went back to take more and more trades because it's still pumping, man. It is so positive. You can see Apple has pumped from the previous of yesterday. It closed at 220 about, and now it is at 230 already. $10 gain, my friend. $10 gain. You know what that means? If you put $1,000, I mean, if you bought 1,000 shares, multiply that by 10,000 right there. For those of you who are sitting on such, because some of our students are sitting on millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars just put into this. So if you only bought 100 shares of Apple today, you would be sitting at a cool $1,000, 100 times 10, because this has so far gained exactly just by buying and holding it today. You already made money. But we are not here for that buying and holding. We want to just trade, get in and get out, okay, and make money and get out. You don't want to hold the stock. You just come in, trade, and make money and get out. So look at this. You can see what happened here. Started at 219 and closed at 221. Just the first 15 minutes already, it had gained about $2, okay? And so some of our students entered here with the breakout, just the breakout alone. That is a lower probability trade, but that's what they did. I'm just telling you what they did. So they entered here. This is the breakout candle confirmation, and this was the entry candle. So they entered there, and they're targeting the previous low of the breakout candle. That is a stop loss, and a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio was right here. And guys, you can see it's all smiles to the bank. Put $100, $200. You put $200, you make 400. You put 500, you make 1,000. You put 1,000, you make 2,000. It's printing money, literally. Boom, 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 boom. Printing without having to even be there. You just set up your trade and go your way, because this was set up at 10:15. That's when they entered the market. All these students entered, and the coaches entered at 10:15, and by 12:45, guys, this is 12:45? No, 11:45. Boom. 10:15 to 11:45. Boom. Hit take profit. And it's still going on. So those of you who have like trailing stops are already making lots of money, okay? It's lots of money. This could have been easily a 1 to, let's see here. Let's actually tell you how far this has gone for some of the students before it started coming down. Look at that. Easily a 1 to 3, okay? This is a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, 1 to 3.44 risk to reward ratio. So that means if you put $100, you made 344. You put 1,000, you made 3,440. Guys, what would an extra 2,440 do to your life if you do that every single day, Monday to Friday? Guys, I mean, I can bring a calculator here. Let me just share this and show you. Let me go back and share this screen. Okay, let me share this screen. Okay, let me share a screen. Okay, let me share the screen. Guys, let's see. I'm dealing with the technology. Okay, let's bring another screen, and I show you some maths here, so you guys can just see on your imaginations, guys. Okay, there we go. I think you guys can see my screen. So we are talking about a 1 to 3.44 risk reward ratio. So that means if you put $100 will be 100 times 3.44, which is equal to 344. Okay. So what is your profit there? It's 244. Okay. So you risked $100 to make 344. Your profit is 244. Now imagine for a lot of students who are starting at $1,000. Again, with the maths, it means they made 3,440 in what, 1 hour? Less than 1 hour, because they started at 10:45, and by 11, what was the time? Let me go back and tell you exactly. Entered at 10:15, and take profit was taken at for the 3 would be 12:45. So that's about 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes, guys. 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes. You made 2,440 in 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes. So what is your hourly rate here? Divide by 2.5. Okay, that's gonna give you 1,000. Okay, let me go bring a calculator. Good old Google. Good old Google calculator. So guys, I'm doing it now. 440 divided by 2.5. It gives us 976. Whoa! $976 per hour. I think that should be our title of our video. How to make $976 per hour, per 1 hour. If you can pay yourself $976 per hour using a what? How many minutes did it take to enter the trade? Enter the trade at 10:15. So you got onto your computer at 9:30, and by 10:15 you entered the trade, you closed your computer, and you went to your job, whatever, 9 to 5 or whatever you like to do. You went to your church, or you went to read your book, or you went back to bed, or you went to play golf, or you went to the gym, or you took a walk, or went to take care of your family. And then you come back 2 hours and a half later, and you have made 976 per hour. You're going to call this a day for some of you, okay? Now, some of you are going to continue to trade, okay? So you're not limited to just doing that. Some people are trading Tesla, NVDA, and now this Apple. So some people are already trading all these assets, 5 of them. We talk about the 5 of them. They're trading Tesla, okay? Let me just remove this erase. How can I erase this? Guys, I'm using this sticky board for the first time, this particular one. Okay, now they want to, I'm using the free tier. We use free tools, guys. You don't need to pay for anything. Let's see if I can remove. Well, how do you erase these lines? I'm trying to erase this. Okay, let's go back. Maybe we go back all the way back. Okay, we are going back. So we are erasing this. Whatever we did today, we are erasing it. There has to be an easier way of clearing this board. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Show mouth, stick, show grid, paste, object, show all. Okay, maybe control delete. No. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to delete everything on this board. Let's see. Templates, sticky note, text, shapes and lines, more tools. No, more tools, they want you to sign. I'm not signing. Okay, so we just gonna go backwards. Guys, we're gonna go backwards. No, we're gonna go back. Okay, it has refused. Maybe I can put a sticky note. Okay, there we go. We got rid of it. So we have Tesla. Okay, that is the symbol. The 5. We have AMD. I've not shown you anything on AMD. We have Apple, AAPL. We have SPY, which is the S&P 500. And then we have NVDA, NVIDIA, NVIDIA. NVIDIA. This is the biggest chip maker in the world, if you don't know what the animal this is. This is NVIDIA. This is one of the largest companies. A few months ago, the stock was in the news because it was making leaps and bounds, made a lot of millionaires. A few years ago, Tesla was there. Apple has been there for a long time. So these 5 stocks can make you bank beyond your imagination. All you have to do is join us and learn the simple strategy that I just showed you. Or you can just be lazy and join us every morning at 9:30 a.m. for our lives and just take the trades that our members are taking. And you might just end up being one of the lucky members who are making lots of money, okay? Because I cannot guarantee that you're going to make any money. As I said in the beginning on the disclaimer, we do not guarantee any results. We don't know where you come from or what type of your work ethics. Some people can do nothing. They can't even click the buttons. They just want to sit there and watch. But if you can click a few buttons, you can probably take some of these trades. And if you don't know how to set up your trading platform, or you don't know which platforms to use, we can share with you whatever platforms our members are using, and you can just copy. They say the easiest way to learn how to make money online is to copy what other guys who are making money are doing. You just copy, okay? For those of you who are believers in Hosea, in the book of Hosea, chapter 6, they say man has failed because of lack of knowledge. So lack of knowledge is what makes most people lack of knowledge. Now, some people have the knowledge, but they lack the discipline. So lack of knowledge, lack of discipline. They don't have the discipline to sit and implement what they have learned. Discipline, okay? Lack of discipline. And then some people lack consistency, because again, you have to be consistent. Okay, you cannot do it on Friday, then skip 2 weeks, give excuses, procrastinate, give it excuses, and then don't do it again. So you need consistency and, of course, persistency. Lack of persistency will also, because sometimes you'll come, the first trade you take, you lose. Okay, the market hands you a massive loss on your face. They throw an egg right on your face. Pow! Rotten egg right on your face. Now, if you lack persistency in you, you are emotionally weak, your mindset is very weak. Persistency is key for you to succeed on any online venture. It's not only trading or trading stocks, forex, crypto, whatever. Persistency. Like now, for example, I'm going to give you a bonus on crypto. Okay. Some people keep asking, what coin should we buy right now? Now that I missed Bitcoin when Bitcoin was $1, BTC. Bitcoin was $1, and I missed that chance. That was like a few years ago. One Bitcoin was $1. Some people bought a lot of Bitcoins when it was $1. I didn't, because I was one of the skepticals. I did not. I didn't believe it. Now, some people bought Bitcoin when it was $1,000. And then when it got to 2,000, they sold their Bitcoins. So that is lack of persistence. Okay, lack of discipline and lack of persistence, and maybe lack of knowledge. They didn't know. But some actually had knowledge, because they actually took the leap of faith and bought Bitcoin when it was $1,000. And when it got to 2,000, they sold all their Bitcoins and banked the money and went to celebrate. But now look, this Bitcoin is 113,000 per Bitcoin. So had you just held this for another maybe 4 years or 8 years, you would be now celebrating 100 times more, 113 times more. Okay, so if you made $1,000 out of your Bitcoin, you could have made 113,000 out of your Bitcoin had you just waited for another 8 years. So right now, when people ask in the community, I'm talking about what is going on in our community right now. We have people who bought Bitcoin at $1, $1,000. Some people bought Bitcoin at $100,000. Some people bought Bitcoin at 50,000, and they are asking the same question: which coin should we buy now? Now, it doesn't matter. It's not really the coin. We can tell you what coin I think you should buy, or what we are buying, or what our members are buying. But the question is, are you going to hold it? Are you going to hold on to it? That is the question. Do you have the discipline? Do you have the persistence? Do you have the consistency to buy this product? Do you have the persistence? Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the emotional, the mindset that you can buy and delay your gratification and hold on to this coin for maybe how long? Nobody knows how long. I can't tell you buy this coin for the next, hold it for 5 years. No, I cannot do that. I'm not a professional. I'm not a prophet. I don't know. You could buy the coin and it goes to zero. See, that is possible. Very, very possible. That has happened many times. We see a coin, we put our money, and it goes up, and we are all happy. We don't take our profits, and then boom, it crashes. You're left with an empty bag. So that happens. Okay, so guys, as I promised, I'm going to show you the bonus on how to swap your coins from one network to another network, okay, or from one coin to another coin. So for example, those of you who have a MetaMask wallet, I think one of our students has a MetaMask wallet. Okay, so you can go to the bridge, okay, where it says the bridge. And let me share the screen here and show you guys this bonus. And then we're going to end the training, okay? So I'm going to remove this one. And I am going to share, stop screen share. And then I'm going to add that other screen and see if I can show you that one there. Okay, so guys, MetaMask. If you don't know what MetaMask is, we actually have a video in our community, in this channel, which says how to buy crypto using how to transfer crypto to your MetaMask wallet. But it is very simple. I'm going to put a link in the description for you to go and download MetaMask. It's a wallet which can store your crypto. Okay, so this is a wallet. You have your own keys. Okay, so you're going to have your keys. You may have to store those in a nice place so you don't lose them, because if you lose your keys, you might lose your crypto. Not your keys, not your crypto. Okay, so download the MetaMask, okay, on your phone or on your computer. There's a desktop app, and there's also a mobile app. So then once you buy your crypto, and you can buy crypto directly from MetaMask, or you can transfer your crypto from wherever exchange you have, Binance, Coinbase, you can transfer your crypto. So once you have your crypto in there, let's say now you want to switch your crypto from one network to another. Let's say I have Ethereum and I want to transfer my Ethereum and get, let's say, you can see to another network. Let's say from Ethereum network to Arbitrum. Okay, I want to send my crypto from Ethereum to Arbitrum for whatever reason. You know, people switch these because maybe I want to use Arbitrum to invest in, because of the low fees. I want to put my crypto on Arbitrum, okay, because Ethereum has very high gas fees. Okay, there you can see right here, gas fees. These are the fees that you have to pay to transfer your token from one network to another. So Ethereum is known to have very high gas fees. So for example, now I want to hold my, let's say, crypto, my USDT, any other coin I have on the Arbitrum network. So I will come to Ethereum, whatever I have on Ethereum, and I will select the token. So if I want to send my USDT from Ethereum, USDT is a stable coin. You can see this student has about $5 of USDT available to transfer. So they can send that to Arbitrum and receive whatever token they want. You want to receive USDC token, you want Ether, so you can invest in, let's say, or you want to send it to Aave, for example. I want to receive some Aave. Now, what is Aave? Aave is a lending platform, guys. This is a DeFi platform where you can actually lend your crypto. So if you have some crypto lying around and it is not bringing you money, you can be your own bank. You can send it to Aave, lend it out, and you get a certain APY per year. They pay you fees for lending your money, just like what the banks do. They take your money, they lend it out, and they make money out of it, and they give you a tiny little bit, 1% per year or less than 1% per year. If you're lucky, you get 0.0001% per year, or you even owe them money because of the fees. But in this case, let's say you use Aave, so you can receive Aave, okay? And all you have to do is add gas on Arbitrum. So we're talking about a gas is turn on refueling to add ETH on Arbitrum automatically. So you can turn that on. So if let's say you have Ethereum on the Ethereum network, MetaMask will help you to add gas automatically. Now, you guys, if you like this type of training, let me know in the comments below. If you guys are totally confused, you don't know what I'm talking about, and you need somebody to help you with this stuff, because guys, crypto is not going anywhere, guys. It's becoming mainstream now. Quite often I go out and I see, oh, there's an ATM for cash, there's an ATM for crypto, Bitcoin. Now they have credit cards that can allow you to spend your coins. So guys, this thing is becoming mainstream, and we cannot hide on the rocks. And coming, we're going to be sharing some of these training. We're going to show you how to even trade crypto. We are doing stocks now. We're going to go into Forex. We're going to go into crypto using same simple strategies. So guys, with that, I think I'm going to come to the end of this training today, and I will see you in the next one. So make sure you subscribe, share, and invite all your family and friends so they can be part of the Smart Wolf Club community, so they can also start getting smart, guys. So let's send this on a high note. We're going to say a word of prayer, and I'm going to send you guys your way until I see you next time. So guys, let's say a word of prayer. In the belief of the power almighty, we pray that whoever is going to apply this training, and whoever is going to watch this video, and whoever is going to ask questions under this video, and whoever is going to share this video, whoever is going to like this video, may the markets be good to them. May they be successful online. May they achieve their dreams, and may they be filled with abundance, and may they not have any fear, anxiety, or lack of what they need. I pray this in the belief of the power almighty. Amen. Guys, with that, I say goodbye. I will see you in our next training. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss the next live. Adios, amigos. Goodbye.